Hey, what's up? Welcome to another of my videos talking about camera gear, and in this video I want to talk about camera bags. So let's have a look at two camera bags and why I think one is much better than the other. So first I'll talk about this, which I'm just gonna call, I guess, a regular camera bag. I'm calling it like this because when I look online to buy a camera bag, this is the style that I see the most frequently. It can be worn like a backpack, so it's very easy to carry anywhere. It's pretty light, pretty compact, and also pretty cheap. But after using mine for 8 years, I gotta say I never really liked using this bag, and it made me not want to bring my camera in some opportunities where I could have brought it. So let's talk about the downside of this type of bag. So first, a bag like this to me never felt really safe. I was always worried that my camera inside would get broken somehow. The material is pretty flimsy, very thin, so I know if anything were to hit my bag, my camera would take almost like a direct hit. I also don't love how loose everything feels inside of it. Yes, you have little walls that you can adjust however you want, but at the end of the day, my camera always felt like not super secure in there, and while I'm wearing it like a backpack, just walking will give a lot of ups and downs. I'm always worried like my camera's getting shaken a lot in there. So it always made me a bit nervous. Now, disclaimer, even though I used this bag for years, none of my equipment ever broke in there. So maybe it's a bit safer than it seems, but still that peace of mind is never quite there. And whenever I bring my camera inside this bag, I'm always super careful. The next point that's pretty bad with this bag is that it will slow you down a lot. If you look at my camera setup over here, you'll see that I have a mic, a handle, an external hard drive disk, and that wouldn't fit inside this bag as is. So I need to dismantle every part and then place them in there. And when I get on location, I have to take them out, rebuild the camera. But you know, some locations might not be ideal for this at all. Sometimes I'm outside at night, I can't see very well. There's not a table or anything stable to build my camera. Let's say like I'm in the woods or something like that. I'm always afraid I'm gonna drop a piece and lose it. And when we're done with the shoot, I have to repack everything, which again takes time. So this is probably the biggest downside to this bag for me. And next, the third part is, yes, this bag is pretty small and compact, but that also means that there's not a ton of space inside that bag. My camera setup is not that big, as you can tell. I don't have like a V-mount or anything big like that. But when I pack everything in this bag, some stuff barely fits. Like my mic is poking out like this. I'm always afraid it's gonna get bent or broken. And there's a few things that I can't bring at all, like my monitor, etc. So if I were to buy more lenses, a V-mount, and more gear, it just wouldn't fit inside this bag. So recently I wanted to buy a better bag, and I did some research and I decided to buy this one over here. Tenba 21 inches Hightop. Now, some of you might be laughing already because this is so big, it seems a bit overkill, it's kind of ridiculous. But I'll explain why I think this bag is the best, at least for me, and maybe it will be useful for you as well. Now, if you've seen some of my other videos about camera gear on my channel, you know that I'm all about trying to save money. I try to get the camera and the lighting gear that is the best quality for the cheapest price, right? But when it comes to buying the bag, honestly, after many years of using my regular bag, I felt like I had to invest into a better bag. So this is one of the rare cases where I went kind of all in. This bag is much more expensive than a regular little backpack for cameras, but I think it makes a huge difference. So I'll open up with the downsides of this bag. It's expensive and it's huge, okay? Carrying this around, it's a bit clunky, definitely less compact than a backpack. Now that these two are out of the way, everything left is just good things. So first of all, this feels so sturdy. The sides of the bag are very thick. I know my camera is very safe inside this bag. If I put this bag in my car and we're driving around, I'm not worried 1 second. And the design is pretty nice. You can put like a little cushion under your lens, so that feels more safe as well. It's just very well designed. Next is how much faster you'll be at using your camera if you have a bag like this. This is the biggest reason why I bought this model. This one is called a Hightop. Okay, so it means that it's designed to be pretty tall so that you can put your camera and all your accessories are still hooked in, and you can still like zip this whole bag. So it's just in there, already set up, ready to be used. And I know it might not seem like much, but it makes such a big difference when you get on location. You just zip it open, take your camera out instantly. This is really like the key feature why I would spend that much money on a bag like this. And finally, this one has more space. This is actually kind of a big model. It's the 21 inches. As you can tell right now, even with my camera, my monitor, and my batteries, I still have some extra space that is not currently being used. So to me, this is nice. It means it's future-proof. Let's say in the future I want to buy more lenses, I could easily fit them in there. If you feel like this bag looks too big, you might want to try the Tenba 16 inches, but pay close attention because the 16 inches is not a Hightop. The smallest Hightop Tenba bag is the 21 inches, but the 16 inches bag is not only less long, it's also less tall. And I don't know if my camera setup would fit in there, for example. So it's really something to keep in mind if you want a smaller model. And there is one final upside to buying this bag. And again, this might not apply to everyone, but when you have a camera and a bunch of gear, it ends up taking space, right? And if you have already your own studio or something like that, and you can just leave your camera there, that's awesome. But for me, I have to record in this room, and it often ends up cluttering a corner of my space. So one of the reasons why I really wanted to buy this bag is that it's also going to be very useful for storage even when I'm not using it. This bag has plenty of space, so I can put all my camera gear and even like extra stuff that I don't use too frequently, just a clear space, and pack it nicely in a corner. And if I need it for a shoot, I just remove the extra stuff and just bring what I need. So that's it for this video on camera bags. Pretty simple overview, but I hope it's been useful for you. Let me know in the comments if you know other bags that are even better than this one. I might be interested in checking it out. So thanks for watching and see you next time.